Hey there pranksters, welcome back to another fun video, and just like the title says, I will be showing you 25 ways that you guys can sneak your favorite snacks and candy into class using everyday school supplies. These are some clever hacks for those long hungry days at school. But before we get started, I want to thank you guys for supporting my content during the Halloween season, and of course you guys can expect more fun videos during the Christmas season as well. And to show appreciation, once this video hits 10,000 likes, I will give away a box of school supplies and a box of snacks to someone in the comments. And to participate, all you have to do is like this video and leave a comment below telling me the name of your school and why it's better than everybody else's. I will choose the winner randomly, so try to stand out. Again guys, to win a box of snacks and a box of school supplies, all you have to do is like and comment on this video, and of course it also helps if you subscribe. Good luck pranksters, now let's get this video going. For this first one, you will need a box of markers. They can be washable or permanent, it doesn't really matter as long as they look like school supplies. For example, this box right here contains a bunch of super colorful markers. Since this box doesn't contain enough markers, I'll get more from another box. About this amount will do guys. Half of these markers we are gonna tape together, so line them up, make sure they're straight, and just place a piece of clear tape over the caps just like I'm doing so right here. That works for me. Now let's set these aside and work on the other set of markers. Basically we only need the caps, not the markers, so remove the caps, but please make sure to put the markers in a bag so they don't dry up. Once you have your caps, line them up again, and you'll need a piece of clear tape to hold the caps together. At this point you can roll them up like so. Once they look like this, apply another piece of tape to hold the stack of caps together. Now take the stack and place it on top of the other markers and wrap them around. And yes guys, more tape will be needed for these. So basically this roll of markers will look normal from above and from the sides. But if you look at the bottom, we created a secret compartment which of course we will use to hide some snacks. In this example I have 3 Musketeers chocolate bars which I will put inside. See guys, if you keep these on your desk, no one will know that they are there, but when you get hungry, simply slide them out through the bottom. It's just as simple as it looks. What I have right here is your everyday brown paper bag. Nothing exciting about it, but it can actually help you sneak a particular type of snack into class in a really creative way. So here is what I will do. Since this bag is empty, we are gonna have to add some weight inside. So these boxes of crayons should do the trick. Now it's time to roll up the bag, but we're gonna do it in such a way that the roll is actually hollow because that's where our stick of jerky will go. Usually Slim Jims are longer, so you might want to get the right measurements to trim off a piece that will fit inside the roll. So again, roll the bag around the piece of jerky, but please make sure it's not too tight as you want to be able to slide out the Slim Jim with ease. Tape will help keep the roll in place, and last but not least, try to pass the bag off as a science project or something related to school so your teacher won't ask you to remove the bag from the desk. At this point you are done, and if you crave a piece of beef jerky while in class, well, you'll have easy access to it. When I was in school, I used to love eating M&ms, but it was always such a hassle having to reach into my backpack to dig them out. So a really cool way to avoid all that trouble is to use a clipboard just like the one I have right here. It's your typical clipboard guys, but with the help of some aluminum tape, we are gonna sneak some M&ms into class. Here's what you gotta do guys. With the aluminum tape, we are gonna seal off the openings on the back of the clipboard. Notice that the tape and the clipboard match in color, so that is a big plus for this. So add as many pieces of tape as you can until you have completely covered it all around. It might get tricky on the sides as you will want to loosen up the tape so you are able to open up the clip. Right now it might look a little funny to you, but if your teacher asks you why the clipboard looks like that, just tell them that it's broken and that the tape is holding it in place. After that, no one should question anything. Last step for this hack is to actually open up the clip and fill it up with your M&ms. Try to get as many as possible in there. It also helps if you slide a piece of paper inside. For example here, my homework will make this clipboard more casual. Now guys, while in class, if you start to crave candy, simply resort to your clipboard. Just open up the clip and there they are, your M&ms. Enjoy! For this example, we are gonna attempt to sneak some Pop-Tarts into class. This method will come in handy to those of you who always skip breakfast in the mornings. So on this table I have a bunch of crayon boxes and even a box of pens. But also here I have this large purple binder which is essential to this. Basically we are gonna arrange these boxes on top of the binder. Get creative, but the idea here is to free up the center while having the boxes around. This is what you'll eventually end up with, but of course we have to secure these boxes onto the binder, so that's when tape comes into play. Use as much as you need to make sure that these boxes aren't going anywhere. Now it's time to add some Pop-Tarts in there. You can either leave them inside the wrapper they come in, but it's best if you open them and just lay them inside without the wrapper. Makes for easier access. Just close up the binder, and as you can see, the sides just look like there's a bunch of school supplies inside this binder. Nothing suspicious whatsoever. You can easily be able to enjoy these Pop-Tarts in class. Just open up the binder. I really love Nerds, guys, and I'm talking about the candy. They're really good, but also they are small, so they can fit anywhere, which makes things a bit more easier for us when trying to sneak them into class. In this case, we're gonna use a stack of staples, which by the way guys, are school supplies. Now these staples that I have right here in this box are packed in twos, such as you see right here. One end of these stacks we are gonna block off with tape. We are also gonna wrap tape around the middle to keep them together. Now we can easily scoop up some Nerds with these stacks. Repeat this process until it's completely full with Nerds. More tape will be needed to cover the opening. Just put the stack back inside the box of staples. Just remember you have some candy in there next time your stomach starts to ask for food. Here I'm gonna be rebuilding this box of crayons to fit this carton of High C. First, make sure that the box is empty and undo the flaps. Basically detach them until you are able to spread out the box like this. Use the carton of juice to get the right measurements. Make sure you mark them with a pencil and simply trim off the unnecessary pieces. Once you have your cutouts ready, just tape them onto the carton of juice till it basically looks like a smaller version of the crayon box, but instead of crayons, inside it will contain your box of juice. Have your straw handy, and when you're thirsty, just take a few sips from it. Easily hide the straw under the flaps and you will not get caught. For this next method, we're gonna be using a simple notepad like this one. I got this particular one at the dollar store, and what I like best about this notepad is that the pages can easily be detached. So that's what we'll do to all the pages. Even though tearing off each page one by one is easy, what's even easier is if you actually use a pair of scissors like I'm gonna do so right now. Just make sure to get rid of every single page until it looks like this. At this point, we are left with these cardboard covers, the spiral and the back, which looks very thick and full from this angle. And we want all the other sides to look the same, so that's why we are gonna create some fake pages, and this can easily be done with some white foam board. Use the dimensions of the notepad to create these, just like I did so right here. With hot glue, we can attach everything onto the notepad. See, we just created a secret compartment inside, guys. So let's put something in there that we can eat while in class. Pop-Tarts is always a favorite of mine, but also Oreos will fit inside just fine. Get creative with your food, just don't be hungry in class. This is my pencil box, and inside I have a box of candy. In this case, it's a box of Mike and Ike. Now, if my teacher saw these, my candy would easily be confiscated, and we don't want that, guys. So here's how we can easily sneak this particular type of candy into class, and for that we will need a bunch of eraser caps. Mike and Ike's are small enough to fit inside the eraser caps. So for each piece of candy, you will need 2 erasers. Just keep them handy in your pencil box and simply just undo the eraser caps to get to your candy. What I'm holding here is a dry board eraser. Now the thing with these is that they all come in different shapes and sizes, but this particular one caught my attention because I have a feeling that the inside is hollow, which would be perfect to sneak some food into class. So let's find out. I'm basically just gonna pull back the top layer, which is just a fuzzy surface which is used to erase. If you do this, just be careful not to damage it. Just peel it back halfway. That's basically all we need. When you get to this part, that's when you're gonna need a Dremel, guys, so get the help of a grown-up if you need to. We just gotta make one simple cutout in the shape of a square, and sure enough guys, the inside is hollow. So let's clean it up real good so we can put some snacks in there such as Oreos. You can also fill up the inside with small candies such as Reese's Pieces. Here are some of my school supplies, guys, and I pretty much have everything I need in this box, including this roll of tape. Now this type of tape is for packaging, but it can still pass off as a school supply, and that is perfect because it can help us sneak some candy into the classroom, and here's how. For this example, we will be using a roll of fruit by the foot. Since it already comes rolled up, you can simply just put it inside the roll of tape. The candy won't be easily spotted, just have the roll of tape handy when you get hungry. For this next method, you will need an accomplice to help you out. It's best if it's a friend that sits right in front of you. For example, here I have Awesome SB who is wearing a hoodie. So all I'm gonna do is get my favorite bag of chips, which happen to be Hot Cheetos Extra, and just simply put it inside his hoodie. They'll be there at my disposal, and all I have to do is reach into his hoodie to get some chips. Let's take this pen apart, guys. Simply pull out the tip with a pair of pliers and you'll easily be able to pull out the ink as well. We want the inside to be empty. Also remove the cap from the pen. We do need this pen to look normal, and even better if it still works as a regular pen. So remove the tip from the tube of ink and place a piece of tape over the opening to keep the ink inside. The tape will also help when you try to insert the tip back into the pen, as it will make everything extra snug. Now guys, you can either fill up the pen with Nerds or do what I do and fill it up with some pixie sticks. This is just powder that will fit just about anywhere. To cover your tracks, just place the cap on. Use it casually as you normally would, but of course when your hunger kicks in, just take care of that with your pen. I got this Spiderman Supplies Box at Walmart, guys, and it was a good investment since it can easily be used to sneak food into class. I really like the top as it has an elastic strap which is used to hold notepads. Well, instead it'll hold our Lunchables. Just peel back the wrapper and place it inside the supplies box on the top half, of course. From a bird's eye view, or basically your teacher's view, the inside will look normal. See, it's just a bunch of school supplies inside. Little will your teachers know that Lunchables are inside as well. Just reach in when you get hungry. I really love these jumbo pens. Not only do they look cool and stand out in class, but also if you make enough room inside, you can actually sneak some of your favorite snacks into class. It works and looks just like a regular pen, but again, it is oversized. So let's open it up, and you can easily do that by unscrewing the lower part of it. Notice that it's just the tip and the tube of ink, along with other small components that you don't really need, so get rid of those and just keep the tip with the ink. As far as the top of the pen, you can pop it open and you might need a drill to make more room inside. Now you can easily stick a Slim Jim in there, which will come in handy for those days that you do skip lunch, or if you don't like beef jerky, why not fill it up with some candy? Just try to avoid staying hungry too long, guys. Lastly, pranksters, if you have a large spiral notebook, then take advantage of it by using the spiral to sneak some food into class. That's right, guys, you won't believe how easy this is. The bigger the spiral is, the better, as it'll give you more options as far as the type of snacks you can hide in there. First thing you gotta do is open up the notebook and flip a page over. Do it in such a way that the page will actually cover the spiral completely, just like this. It helps if you use a piece of clear tape, that way the page stays still. Now you can put anything that you want in there, such as a Slim Jim. These are perfect for this hack. Or again, if you're not a fan of beef jerky, try some candy such as Red Vines or Twizzlers. See guys, if you didn't have the page covering the spiral, your teacher would easily see the snacks. But luckily we're smarter than that, and look, no one will be able to suspect anything. What I have right here is a box of M&Ms, and this particular box contains peanut butter M&Ms. Not that it matters though, because this hack works with any M&Ms. The purpose of this is to sneak these M&Ms into class without getting caught, and here is what you will need to pull that off. A basic pencil sharpener, the bigger the better. This one I got at Walmart for 47 cents, so if you try this hack out, you won't have to spend much on it. What I like about this sharpener is the fact that it has a large enough compartment to store candy in there, and of course our choice of candy will be M&Ms. Remember though that it's best if the sharpener is clean or brand new, that way you won't have to deal with cleaning it up. I'm gonna fill it up with a bunch of M&Ms. As you can see, it's pretty packed, and now all I have to do is close it up. See, if you take this into class as it is right now, it will be suspicious, so I strongly recommend that you don't get a clear sharpener. Now the way that I'm gonna deal with this issue is pretty simple. I'm just gonna cover it with some masking tape. No one will be able to see inside. See, I'll even write my name on it so people know that it's mine. And that's it guys, just keep it handy on your desk or wherever you keep your supplies. When you get hungry, simply pop it open and your M&Ms will be right there. You can eat them one by one or get them all at the same time, whatever works for you. This roll of duct tape that I have right here, I purchased at Walmart for a very cheap price. As you can see, it's still wrapped in its seal, and on one side it has a little cover with the logo of the brand on it, and that is perfect because half of the work has already been done for us. What we basically need to do now is create a circular cutout that will act as a cover for the other side of the tape that's exposed. I'm just gonna take a piece of cardboard, and using the roll of tape, I'm gonna trace an outline on it. Should look something like this. Now this outline I will be cutting out with a pair of scissors, and again it's fairly easy. So now this will be our back cover of our roll of tape. To attach it on, all we need is one piece of tape, just like so. Now we can open it and close it as we please. Basically at this point we created a secret compartment within the roll of tape. So I'm gonna take one of these yummy pastries and put it inside the roll of tape. See, it fits in perfectly. Now close it up, and while holding the cover, flip it over and place it inside a pencil box. That's it guys, now you know you have a delicious cupcake inside your pencil box. Just open it up, pull out the roll of tape, and there's your cupcake. Enjoy. But just so you know, you are not limited to just cupcakes. You can also try a stack of your favorite cookies, such as these chocolate chip cookies. Just place them inside. Here is another example. Some chips will go great with this hack. It will definitely be hard to go hungry if you try this method out. You might also be able to save the day for some of your friends, as you will be able to share your snacks with them. Check it out guys, here I have some sweet tarts, and these are really yummy candy, and they're really handy to have when you're hungry. So I'm gonna show you a clever way to sneak these into class using some binder clips, such as this large clip and 4 of these little ones. So guys, if you attempt to do this, please get the largest binder clip that you can find, and also make sure that the inside is very clean. So the way to pull this off is we take some sweet tarts and we stack them up like so. The stack should be about as tall as the binder clip. Now all we do is take the clip and place it over the sweet tarts. See, now they're all within the binder clip. Attach 2 of the small binder clips on the side of the big one to keep the sweet tarts from sliding out, but also to help hide them. Just do the same thing to the other side, and that's it. Take your clip and put it inside the supplies box and take it into class. No one will suspect anything, but of course, once your sweet tooth starts to act up, you know where your candy will be. Just undo a couple of the clips and there's your candy. For this next hack, we will be sneaking one of these candies that you see right here into class using a pencil. Can you guess which one? Well, we are gonna go with the fruit by the foot, and this method is quite easy. First, get out your fruit by the foot candy, and like I said, you will need a pencil for this, and notice that the pencil has a cushion on it. We are gonna remove it and replace it with our candy. The way we do this is once we have the package open, tear off a small piece from the fruit by the foot and start wrapping it around the pencil. This will be followed by the candy itself. I'm only gonna do a small portion, but it'll be enough to calm my hunger just a little. Since I'll be holding my pencil where the candy is at, no one will be able to spot it. Therefore, I will have candy at all times when I'm writing. Just tear small pieces of it till it's all gone. It's the perfect hack for those classes that require you to write for long periods of time. If you're a big fan of Twizzlers or Red Vines, here's a great way to sneak them into class, and for that you will need the help of a jumbo straw. Since these Twizzlers are red, I'm gonna go with a red straw. Remember though that Twizzlers come in all different colors, so it's best to always try to match it with the same colored straw. All you do here is just insert the Twizzler inside the straw, all the way in, and now you can't even see it. You can keep this inside the spiral of any notebook. With the help of a small binder clip, you can secure it inside. If you look at this notebook, it does not look suspicious at all. Actually, it looks like it's just a large red pencil. When you get hungry, you can easily just take it out by pushing it out with a pencil or a pen. Eat it little by little while in the classroom to keep you from being hungry. Here's another clever way to use a straw to sneak some candy into class. For this example though, we are going to be using some Mike and Ike's, but any type of jelly bean will work. Take a piece of tape and block off one end of the straw. At this point, you can start filling it with candy until you can't put another piece in there. To keep all the candy in there, just take a cap from a pen and insert it in, and that's it. Again, just put it inside the spiral of a notebook and resort to it when you start craving sugar during class. Reese's Pieces have always been one of my favorite types of candy. Actually, anything Reese's is a favorite of mine. Well, anyway guys, here's how you guys can use a roll of tape to sneak some of these Reese's Pieces into class. For this to work, the tape has to look like this. Notice it's contained within a plastic case that it's not see-through, and that is perfect as we don't want anyone spotting our candy. Peel back the tape so you can have access to the inside, and notice there's plenty of room in there to start filling it with Reese's Pieces. Once you reach the top, simply place a piece of tape over it so that the candy stays put, and during class just get some tape and help yourself to some Reese's Pieces. If you skip breakfast and you want to be able to enjoy some Pop-Tarts while in class, here's what you'll need to achieve that. A thick notebook that looks like this one, a DVD case or a video game case, which is the one that I have right here. And yes guys, I am gonna sacrifice my FIFA 17 game case for this hack. Let's open it up, and sure enough there's a game in there, so let's gently remove the disc out of the way because we are gonna get rid of that little button that's on the center. This will create room in there, so with a cutting tool, do just that. Now you can get your Pop-Tarts and open them. You'll only be able to fit one in there, but it's better than nothing, right? Now let's close it up, and at this point you might think that we're done, right? Well, we aren't done yet guys, since we can't show up to class with a video game case, right? That would be super suspicious, so this is where the notebook comes in handy. Open it up and place the game case on it, align it with the lower edge and trace an outline. With some scissors, start to cut out the outline we drew, make sure that it's deep enough for the video game case. See, now it fits in perfectly. Close it up and that's it. We are done guys. Since you skipped breakfast, you will most likely be hungry as soon as class starts, so you will definitely be prepared. When it comes to candy, nerds are the easiest candy to sneak into class. Just look at these little boxes they typically come in. Well, here's a good example of how you guys can sneak a couple of small boxes of nerds into class. To pull this off, you'll also need a box of crayons. This box has 3 rows of crayons. Well, to start things off, we are gonna have to remove 2 of those rows in order to hide our boxes of nerds inside. It'll be quite snug, but you should be able to slide them in with ease. Now, before we actually put the rest of the crayons back, we will have to trim them in order for them to fit inside so they look normal. But once you've done all that, there will be nothing fishy or suspicious about this crayon box. If you were to flip it over and open it from the bottom, you'd be able to have access to your nerds. See how simple this is? And of course, if someone was to question the crayon box, just open the top and it will appear like a regular box of crayons. You can always get creative when it comes to glue sticks, as there are so many ways to use these to sneak candy into class. For example, here I have some lifesavers, and these were made for this, as you guys can fill in the bottom of a glue stick with them. For some of you though, this might not be enough, so if that's the case, just turn the bottom till the whole stick of glue pops out. I recommend that you wash it before you actually start to fill it with more lifesavers. But that's it, you'll have a lot of sugar at your disposal in class. Lastly guys, here I have a box of M&ms and a pencil case. If you were to slide open this pencil case, inside you will find pencils of course, and I have all kinds of colored pencils here. I want you guys to notice something else. If you were to try to put this box of M&ms inside the pencil case, it will fit in perfect. So now that we know that, here is what we're gonna do. On the back of the box of M&ms, we are gonna apply some hot glue and start to line up all the pencils. Make sure not to leave any gaps. We're basically covering the box of M&ms with pencils. Once you've done that, it should look something like this. On this side is just a roll of pencils, and on the other side we can clearly see our box of M&ms. To make things easier for us, let's open up the flaps on the box of M&ms. Now we can put it inside the pencil case. Close it up and that's it guys. See, it's just a bunch of pencils in there. Even when we open the case, it's nothing but pencils, but of course we know better, and we know that we can have easy access to our candy if we lift up the pencils just a little. Have fun and enjoy. There you guys have it, 25 creative ways you can sneak your favorite snacks and candy into class using everyday school supplies without getting caught. Also guys, don't forget about the giveaway for this video. Once we get 10,000 likes, I'll choose a winner from the comments and that person will get a box of snacks and a box of school supplies. To enter this giveaway, just like and comment on this video. Good luck pranksters, I'll see you guys in my next video.